next topic, man, we got is about Android and basically the article says this is from bigthink.com. Bigthink.com. I never heard of them really, but they got a good article here talking about how Android has won the phone war, phone world war. And they basically did like a global survey, and they show a picture on. We'll show you the article and a link on that. But they have this global survey shows that a majority of countries favor Android over iPhone, and I mean, I can completely agree with that without having to do too much research. But I mean, they go into more detail, but just from my perspective, that's a easy yeah, because. I mean, for one, Android and Google, Android with Google and Apple with iPhone, they have two different mission statements for real. They got two different agendas. Android, it's on the phone, but it's not just a phone operating system. It's not just meant to be the phone platform. iPhone, iOS, it's a phone. It's the phone. That's the only way you're gonna get it. It's on the phone. Android, you got it on phones, you got it on tablets. People be making these little Arduino, what they call them, Raspberry Pi machines. They want to hack their cable boxes. They want. You can do anything with it. You want to make drones. 90% of the drones that's probably flying around is running some version of Android. Anything you basically want is somewhere out there available for you, and like the barrier entry is low because if you are if you're another country, I don't want to say third world. I was about to say third world. I know y'all probably heard that about to come. I ain't gonna call y'all third world, but like if you're another country, you got like economic issues. And you still want
man. It's trying to be so politically correct, man.
If you're a country that don't make a lot of money, you still want to work with technology. You still want to make things with technology. You want to work in what they call the Internet of Things. You want to make your little robot, whatever. They got that whole movie with Chiwendu, some dude from 12 Years a Slave, with the little boy that made
Chiwetel. That's how you name it.
It was a story about the little guy, and I read the article a while ago. He made a windmill that powered his neighborhood, and it brought water. It pumped water to the neighborhood to help, allow them to farm.
Right.
And he made that out of little computer parts and all the electronics and all this stuff. Probably did that with Android. Because it wasn't nothing else. He wasn't going to be able to do that with an iPhone. Microsoft would have charged. Apple would have charged him $99 just to make apps. Just to be his own app developer. Whereas Android, you just start making your software, learn how to do it, start making it, hook it up to something, install it on whatever. You can download it off from whatever, and you got it. You don't like Microsoft. You don't like Google's version of Android. You can use Amazon's version of Android. You can use Microsoft's version of Android. You can use China's version of Android. The Huawei, Xiaomi, and all them. They still running Android. They just running their own app store, their own system. They got a copy, and they just moving with that copy. It's with the whole what they call it, GitHub and forking version of software.
That's what it is.
They got their own version.
I think that go ahead.
No, I'm just saying you can run with that.
I will say that with Android, what makes it better at the end of the day, because you got to remember, so in the article it goes in a little bit detail as far as the vendetta to Steve Jobs. Say something about he wanted to go thermonuclear on Android. It goes in details about that, which is interesting. How from the get go, from out the gate, there was the war between Android and Apple, right? When it came to who had the better phone and all the stuff like that. But at the end of the day, although I feel like from a marketing perspective, Steve Jobs is a genius in what it is he did, I feel like why it looks like this. Like if you look at the chart up here, we put the article up there if you can see it, is that the accessibility of Android is just so much higher, right? Even when it comes down to like standard maintenance of the phone. Like I haven't had and it's interesting because I haven't had an Android like maybe like 3 years. Well, that iPhone, the same iPhone, I'm probably had to upgrade some, but I had the same iPhone. But I remember when I had an Android, like if something was going bad with the battery, you know what I mean? You can go easily find another battery that can be ported into different phones that, to supplement that, right? And then you would say, for instance, something's going bad with like the headphone jack. You was able to open that up, you know what I mean? Go to like one of your little part stores, something like that, put the headphone jack in. It's like the accessibility and then the maintenance of Android, I feel like honestly is why they've been able to win the war. Because like you said, in a lot of countries that are struggling with finances, they have to make do with what they have. And although the hype behind having an iPhone, is something, I think that's more of a I'll say more of a progressive country, like first world country type of ideal. Is like, the status apparatus, as you would call it, is like I got the iPhone. You know what I mean? That joint cost me a whole G stack and some more, but I'm not able to afford it. You know what I mean? So I'm better than y'all. Where it's like you think about just how the phone performs and what it's able to do. It's a lot less capable than Android. And I think that most folks are not able to afford the status apparatus, and therefore that's the reason why Android is the preferred phone in the whole world, and on in Mars and on the moon. So that's how I go.
I mean, because it goes in all these other like side things, because like Androids and televisions. I mean, they got Android TVs that they call Google TVs now, but it's Android in a television. I mean, Android in tablets, it's Android in your life. I mean, it's that barrier. The way I always like to think about it, because this is the same battle that Apple. Steve Jobs wanted to go nuclear because he saw this was the same battle that he had to deal with in the 80s with Windows. He was like, yo, this shit did not just happen to me again. Like, I just got finished fighting Microsoft and Bill Gates for Windows because they took what he considered his idea.
I'm saying they forked the copy. Okay,
I mean, they forked the copy and they gave it away to everybody. And then he had to fight all this stuff to make sure his stuff is his stuff and Apple's in his world and his ecosystem. And then he come out the iPhone and he worked with Google to make the iPhone, just like he worked with Microsoft to make the Mac back in the day. And they did it again. They took his shit, they took his idea, and he was like, yo, they did it to me again. They stole my idea. And it's like, yo, like computers are utilities, man. They tools at the end of the day. Imagine somebody having like a copyright patent on the fork and the spoon and saying nobody can use it, and then locking up people for who had the fork and the spoon. Like, yo, you didn't pay $99 for your fork and spoon, so you can't eat. You better eat with your hands. I mean,
you better use a little knife joint, whatever.
Yeah. You gotta make a whole nother object that just look like a fork. So you can do it, but you can't make it look too much like it, because it look too much like it, they're gonna sue you like Apple did Samsung.
That's the thing. It's like we ain't gonna fork or a spoon. It's gonna be a sport, right?
It's a sport. You gotta come out with a sport. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what they did. They came out with a sport. It's all right. This fork is yours. This spoon is yours. We got the Omni tool. Right. Just do everything. Now tell us what's what. I mean, and that's what they did, and you can't be mad at that because they feeding everybody. I mean, if it was just an Apple world, society wouldn't have been as far as it was, because they'd have had a premium charge, said only these people can get it. So here you go. Society has Android. Anybody can use it. Anybody can make something with it. It's available to you, and you can make money on it. I mean, you can do it. You can do it for a test project. You can do it to help your society, or you can actually use it to become a company, become a millionaire, become a billionaire, whatever. I mean,
look, iPhone is for the haves, and then Android is for everyone else.
yeah,
That's what it is. That's what it is.
yeah, because you could say it's for the have-nots, but it don't even be for the have-nots. Because there's a lot of people that have that should be like, you know what? I don't even want an iPhone. I mean, I got an iPhone, and I had it for about 2.5 years now. They keep telling me to upgrade my iPhone. I'm like, I don't even want to.
Yeah, why?
I got an Android tablet. I'm good.
Next one I'm getting is gonna be an Android. I'm gonna be back over there.
Yeah, and that's the only thing. I go back to the store. All I'm gonna do is be like, well, what y'all got on the Android side? Because obviously this iPhone is the same thing, even though they got 3 new models. It's the same damn phone. So I don't need another Apple. I can go to Android and see what they got going on, because they got some slick stuff going on.
I can't tell you how many times, just as an IT person, you be like when I first transitioned over to the iPhone side, I'm like, bro, like it's so inconvenient. Like when you're trying to do certain things with it, it's like you got it, and then they try to give you the Microsoft treatment on iPhone. It's like it was something that you'd want to do, something type of application development, whatever the case is. You got to pay for this. You got to have special like access to this. Where it's like with the Droid, I mean, you got whatever your answer. You got Java. You
exactly.
They do that. You know what I mean? You need the emulator. You good. You know. That's also. And it's just Android hits you with the convenience. That's why they went. I ain't surprised. You know, it's what's still surprising about this is that, you know, after showing that the world prefers this, Apple is still going to be rich.
Exactly. Because they it's not even that they going for rich people. They going for people's pockets, and usually the way to go to somebody's pockets go through their emotions. I mean, make you feel like it. I mean, make somebody feel, and you know, the way to do that is, you know, find the people that people identify with, you know, like not even just status apparatus, but like what do you call them, like role models, or like, you know, people that people look up to. You know, we're like, if that person got it, I gotta get it. I mean, that's why Lil Wayne was out there pouring water on his Samsung S7. I mean, because he knew people that follow Lil Wayne is going to get the Samsung S7. Nobody care about that Samsung, but they cared about Lil Wayne. I mean, and that was the same thing with iPhone. When iPhone first came out, I remember listening to some story. I'm not even going to go into too much detail, but I remember listening to the story about how Soulja Boy met Steve Jobs and dropped the first iPhone and all this stuff. But it's stuff like that. Like, why would you give this boy the first iPhone? It's because he had influence.
Yeah, there you go. I
mean, and that influence goes a long way into people's decisions. It don't even matter what the technology do. It's the fact that that person had it. I mean, and that's why Nike is on top, and you know, a lot of companies it's just on top because of influence. They ain't even on top because they make the better product. They just on top because of influence.